This excerpt was taken from a Full and Bloom interview with bassist Tony Franklin. If you'd like to be notified as new interviews and excerpts are uploaded, hit the subscribe button and click the bell. After the first album, it seems like that was successful, and you guys tour. And then what happens on the second album where you and Carmine don't complete the recording, and then I don't think you guys did the tour, right?
No, I played on 7 of the 11 tracks on Nothing But Trouble, and it's a great album. Well, what happened? I mean, you say it was a success, and it was to a degree, but there's always a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas with Blue Murder, and to be honest, it should have been way bigger than it was. And there were some mistakes that were made in hindsight, not all of our own doing. Some of them, things are out of your control, but I mean, that to me should have been the biggest band of that era. And
what do you think the mistakes, sorry to interrupt, like label mistakes, just not marketing it right, or what?
Yeah, some decisions that were made. I mean, Valley of the Kings was had a huge push on MTV, but here's the thing. Valley of the Kings was not available for people to buy as a single. And it should have been, or it should have been a different song in hindsight. And so what happened was that MTV played the crap out of it, and then, but then they were really bent out of shape that it was not available for people to buy as a single, which, whatever, it's like fine. But when Jelly Roll came out and was starting to cross over and get a lot of airplay, MTV wouldn't touch it. And so because MTV wouldn't touch it, it didn't cross over to the mainstream radio and get all of that airplay. If it had done, I'm convinced that song would have been huge. And so anyway, that was, all of that was very tough for John. He took it, he put so much heart and soul into this and went into some periods of depression and after all of that, and it took him a good few years to really get through that. And in the meantime, a little band called Nirvana came out and turned the music business and everything completely on its head. And so Blue Murder's music was then completely out of vogue. And so, it was just, to be honest, it was just, John needed to sort stuff out, and it was taking a little bit too long for Carmine and myself. And so, we hung in there as long as we could, and then it was just like, okay, John, we just need you to finish this off and do your thing. And it was tough because they're my family, still are, and we love the music, but it's like nothing was getting done, and we couldn't wait. So we played our parts. I played on 7 of the tracks, and still love the album, and John and I still jam some songs from the album. And but yeah, it kind of run its course, and then we went on our different ways for a few years.
I'd imagine that it was hard for him, not only the Blue Murder stuff, but also that how Whitesnake ended. He had songwriting credits on that album, but he was supposed to be on that tour.
Yeah, financially he did fine, but once again, two situations where he should have had the recognition for his immense talent, and both times it didn't happen. So yeah, you're right. It wasn't only Blue Murder. It was like finally sinking in that all the Whitesnake stuff that he was didn't have the glory from. But yeah, it was tough, and we've talked about that now, and it was a tough time for all of us. But hey, you live to fight on another day.
Did he ever tell you why he was fired from Whitesnake?
No, not really. And if he did, I mean, I've heard so many different sides of that, and I don't want to speculate because I wasn't there. And I'm dear friends with David and with John. I don't want to get in the middle of that.
What's John like to work with?
He's great. He can be difficult. He's very focused and doesn't suffer fools gladly, and of late, I mean, we have such a great friendship and vibe between us, and always the musical chemistry is the thing that bonds us together. I mean, we always had that thing, that vibe, that chemistry, and so I know he can be difficult, but he has no problem speaking his mind, and if something isn't to his liking, or if it doesn't seem right, then he'll have no problem speaking up with that. And he and I have had our ups and downs, but we get each other. We have so much love and respect for each other that I'll defend him to the end, because he has this reputation of being difficult and awkward, but I understand it. I understand where he's coming from, and it's from maybe it's a perfectionism, maybe it's just something he knows what he likes and what he wants, and so he has no problem striving for that and speaking up about it. So some people don't like that.
You are never sad.